Welcome back, everybody, to Desert Valley Blitz. We're in week 8 wrap-up, Coach Josh. Can you believe how fast this thing is going?
Quick.
I mean, it is flying by. This high school season
Seems
like it just started, but we're already into week 9 coming up.
It's going to be playoffs before we know it.
Crazy. But today we have a real special guest joining us on the wrap-up. Coach Rudy Forti of Palm Desert High School. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys. So before we start the wrap-up, we want to kind of talk about your team and how you guys started. You're 4-3 right now. Big win. How do you think that your season's gone so far, Coach?
I think it's gone really well. I think we're at right where we need to be. We had a tough one last week versus Xavier. That's one of those
Crazy
losses.
games. Yeah.
One of those losses is going to stick with me for a little while. But, not to make any excuses, they beat us. A good team, good coach. But that was windy down there. I forgot how windy it was down there.
Yeah, it's the wind tunnel out there.
It really was. I forgot how bad it was. But they got us, so we just got to move forward now.
Yeah. Can only kind of play with the condition. Everybody's playing in the same conditions, but the wind can catch you out there, definitely.
Especially when we get 2 quarters of wind. You got to throw with it, and then you're running against it.
Right.
So you got to make the best of those 2 quarters when you have the wind.
Right.
Yeah.
And your preseason schedule was pretty tough. I mean, you guys challenged yourself. You weren't playing any really bad teams in that preseason.
No, we really try to give ourselves a good schedule, kind of battle tested, if you will. We had Brawley and Central and Ukaipa, Redlands, and then Elsinore.
Pretty good schedule.
I mean, those are all top teams.
Yeah, it was murderer's row, if you will. But our kids responded. They played well, but after a while, they got more depth. And that's one thing we're kind of lacking is just depth behind some certain positions, and it shows after a while. The kids get tired, they get winded, they get banged up, and after a while, they start bringing in 2 and 3 other guys who are just as good and just pounding on you. After a while, you just can't.
Depth-wise,
Depth really kills us sometimes.
Yeah, that's always a story in the desert, right? Of just keeping those ones. We can always match up with our ones, but when we get to those 2s and 3s,
couple injuries, it gets tough.
It
man.
gets a
JV
little,
guys got to step up, and then you're like,
get better from the bottom up.
Yeah. Well, Palm Desert has always been known for their offense. I mean, their defense back when you first got there was really good. I think it's kind of switched now, though. Your guys' defense is really, like, the guys on that side are really known around here as really special players. Can you speak to some of those guys that are making a difference over there?
We have. I was looking at it the other day. We had senior night this past Friday, and you look out there in the field, and there are 9 seniors on the field. We got to replace.
Wow.
all on the defense?
On the defensive side. 19 total.
Well, that's why you're so good.
We got 10 on the offense, and we got 9 on the defense that we got to replace.
Does help.
19 seniors that we're going to have to look to replace next year. So we're going to get as much mileage out of those 19 as possible.
Yeah.
But we got, defensive end, Jackson Bishop.
I love the DNs. I don't know
He's
their
a
names,
stud.
but yeah,
He's a stud.
And then we got a sophomore DN and Stephen Block.
Yeah.
That kid is a man among boys.
Another stud. Probably a Saturday player, I would think.
I would think so, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then, our defensive line is really good. And then our linebackers, probably the heart of the defense in Darius Pine, number 31. I got the coach's brother. I mean, nose for the ball, just hard-nosed kid, doesn't give up. It just, all the kids just, they want it. They're getting after it, and I can't speak enough about them. There's so many of them. I can sit here for hours and talk about each kid.
Yeah. On the defensive side, you guys are stacked, and then you got that senior quarterback, AJ Rivera. He's having a great season,
right? So I'm really proud of AJ. Yeah. His freshman year, we had to move him up because our backup broke his thumb. So he didn't get to play much his freshman year, so lost a lot of reps. And then his sophomore year, he really kind of came into his own, made all-league second team. I think he rushed and passed for 800 yards. And then he had his junior year, he broke his wrist.
Got hurt, yeah.
So he lost his junior year completely. So we knew going into his senior year that, it was ride or die with him. We knew it. So he's done a really, really good job. He's worked really extremely hard to get to where he is. And he's throwing the ball well. He's running.
I love his timing, man.
He's doing a great job. I couldn't be prouder of AJ because just all the adversity he's gone through these last 4 years, and for him to really do what he's doing now speaks volumes of his work ethic.
Yeah, and he's had some weapons on that offensive side too, right? You got some guys on that side as well this year.
Our receivers we got 3 of them there. 4 of them. If you have the other kid who comes off the bench sometimes. Trey Bolton is a junior, big 6'2" kid who can go up get the ball.
Yeah.
Speedster and Jonah Tolan, he's everywhere, And then you got Nick Danglis, you got Lucas Monaco, Spencer Tice. I mean, any of those guys you can throw it to, and you know they're going to get the job done. So, I mean, we're blessed to have those great receivers at running back and Eli Walker. You know, a converted D end, believe it or not.
Really? Wow.
Who, you know, we didn't have one going into the spring, and he just texted me one night and said, "Coach, can I play running back?" I'm like, "What the hell? Why not? Let's give it a shot. What do we got to lose?" And he's come a long,
Good
long
thing
way.
he sent that text. Yeah.
I know.
Sometimes it's hard to ask the coach that. Hats off to him.
Hats off to him. And then offensive line, we got seniors up front, guys who've been in the program for 4 years. We're not the biggest, you know. I think they're all 5x2, 5x2.
Your defensive line is definitely bigger than your offensive line.
Offensive line.
Your defensive line is
but they
beast.
take pride in coming off the ball and moving their feet, and you know, it's just they're a work in progress, believe it or not. I mean, for as far as you know, we've come. You know, there's always something with that group that we need to improve on, and they just take it in stride and keep working.
Well, I think you're doing a good job because I think this week, speaking of doing a good job, big win this week, Coach. Yeah. Rancho Mirage comes into your place, basically like an elimination game for league to win the league or not, and you guys handled them pretty well. Palm Desert 31, Rancho Mirage 7. What did you like about that game, Coach?
I like the way the week of work that we put in beforehand. You know, we had all this momentum coming off the Redlands game, putting up 50. And then you got that lull with the bye.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we really worked them hard through the bye, and that week of work leading up to Xavier, and it just didn't work out, of course. But then they regrouped. You know, they brushed it off. There wasn't a Xavier hangover or anything like that. And yeah, I just like the way they came out and performed. They were focused. They were determined. They had a new sense of you know, motivation, if you will. So I really like just everyone contributed. It was nice.
Yeah, it was a team effort. And that defense, I mean, we went to the game, saw firsthand, that defense is as advertised. Up front, you guys are big and nasty. I know Rancho was missing a couple guys, but up front, you guys dominated that football game. I mean, the defense really scored those first 2 touchdowns for you guys with the turnovers.
Yes,
I mean, they set up the first one, and then you had a pick 6 that kind of took the air out of Rancho.
Fast.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah,
I think he saw a couple linemen chasing after him, so he put it in 5th gear.
Yeah, but I mean, it was very impressive. I hadn't seen your guys live, and that defense was as advertised. So, I mean, you guys look like you're hitting your stride at the right time.
I hope so. I really do. I mean, our defense is always going to be the strength of our team. You know, they take pride in being able to shut people down. I mean, last year we gave up, I think, a total of. I think we averaged 7 points for the league.
Yeah.
And this year we're right at it again.
Yeah.
We gave up 1 touchdown at Xavier. And then we gave up that touchdown against Rancho. So right now we're only averaging 6 points a game defensively. So that's always good.
Yeah.
That's always good.
That's a good stat to have.
Yes,
you offensive guys can get 1, right?
That's what I tell them. I said, hold them to 3, and we can maybe get a touchdown. We'll be fine.
Defensive coordinator, hey, you can get 2, and we're gonna blow them out.
Yeah.
So, but no, you guys. I think looking at your team, you looked hungry, you looked motivated, and you put yourself right back in the league contention with that win. Yeah. You know, so congratulations to you and your staff. That was a great job.
It was good. It was really good. I mean, there's tons of 1-1 teams right now, right there in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Of course, you got Palm Springs at 2-0, and unfortunately Rancho at 0-2. So it's, I mean, the league's up for grabs.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle.
It always is. Last couple of years, it's been tough.
And the schedule is then you guys no favors, man, because you're right back at it on a short week coming into Shadow Hills this week. What are you kind of anticipating for that, Coach?
Well, they're running gun. I mean, they'll spread it out. They'll go empty. You know, love to run the counter. And then defensively, they just give us fits. You know, they got that odd stack. They're bringing guys from everywhere. So we got to have our head on a swivel. We got to know our assignments. This week, kind of less is more for the offensive line. You know, trying to make it as easy as possible for them because we got to be able to hit on. You know, we got to have some tempo too to match the way they run and gun.
Yeah. Well, it should be a good game. I think their offense is going to pose a little bit of issues for you guys just because they got so many weapons.
Yeah, they do.
You know,
they do.
The quarterbacks
doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, it might be a battle of the quarterbacks.
Yes, sir. I mean, they got a great quarterback. They got great receivers. I mean, they just got talent everywhere.
Right.
Really, and you just got to be able to, you know, figure out where he's going to throw it. But that's always the hardest part.
Right. Right. That's always the secret sauce right
yes,
there.
Sir. Yeah.
That's where us coaches come in. But I'm sure you'll have them ready, Coach.
I hope so. Like I said, short week. We
can't change much.
Can't change much. We got to walk. We got our chalk talk, walk and talk tomorrow on the field in helmets, and then I call it our girthy Tuesday. We'll go a little longer, and then Wednesday's the walkthrough, and then and the hay's in the barn after that.
So that's in the barn. I love that saying.
That's it, man. Ready to rock and roll.
Yes, sir.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming in, man. It was great to have you. All the knowledge. Good luck this week, and we're pulling for you for the rest of the year.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're going to get back to the week 8 wrap up right after a message from our sponsors. Looking to upgrade your home? Tile Designs by Fina is your one-stop destination for beautiful flooring, hard surfaces, and countertops. From timeless design, modern styles, they've got the perfect look for every room. Stop by today and transform your space with Tile Designs by Fina. Let's design together. Welcome back, everybody, to the Desert Valley Blitz Week 8 wrap-up. We're already here in Week 8. Welcome. So starting the wrap-up with a game of the week. Coach Josh's game of the week last week was Palm Desert versus Rancho Mirage.
Yeah, you were at that game?
Me and our producer Danny were at that game covering it, and the final score ended up being pretty convincing win for Palm Desert, 31, Rancho Mirage 7.
Good bounce back win for Palm Desert.
Yeah, we kind of already talked about this with our special guest, Coach Forti. But just from my takeaway, that Palm Desert defense,
yeah,
legit, man. Up front, they got some dudes that can really get after it, and they were the difference early on. That the Rancho Mirage playing shorthanded without their all world receiver Johnson. They really struggled in the pass game, and that defensive line was in the backfield the whole game.
They were able to shut down that running game. Yeah, that's so potent that confuses other coaches. They were on top of it.
They were in the backfield. I mean, it's not the defensive ends were in the backfield, but also interiorly they were in the backfield. They got Stephen Block, who's a great defensive end. He was making plays. Jackson Bishop. You have a kid named Durant also on that defensive line for Palm Desert. So to me, that was the difference. You could noticeably see them disrupting that offense, and then
went in the trenches.
Yeah, and then when they did try and pass, Julian Hernandez didn't have much time, so he was throwing in the coverage sometimes.
Kind of rush some things.
Yeah, just trying to make a play, and I get it, man. You're out some of your main guys, and it came back to bite him. So at halftime it was 24-0, and it kind of the die had been cast at that point. Rancho Mirage did make a little rally there and just open the third quarter. And Coach Matthews, you still see it's still Rancho Mirage, very well coached. You see him on the sidelines. Everybody's lined up shoulder to shoulder. Everybody's on the big screen on the offense doing their
working
adjustments.
Hard. Yeah.
So it looked like a Rancho Mirage team just without some of their horses.
Yeah.
So Rancho Mirage will be back. I think the standout players for Rancho Mirage though, they were freshmen. They have the kid that scored the touchdown, Jadarius Hester, freshman, filling in for Johnson. True freshman, man. 14 years old. Kid is going to be special.
Oh, future's bright there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then on defense, they got Josiah Castillo, who's making like 15 tackles on the varsity level. I mean, that kid was everywhere. So Rancho, brighter days are ahead. I think, they got some really young talent, but yeah, it was Palm Desert night.
Hey, if there's a fight on the field, just stay on the sideline, guys. I mean, it's not worth it, man.
Yeah.
Losing 1, 2, 3, maybe more of your games your senior year, that's tough.
Yeah. So word to the wise, man. You guys know if there's a fight, stay back at CIF.
I want to protect the homies, but just stay out. Let the coaches go out there, sort it out, and that way you can play again next week.
Yeah, but the CIF is not playing with that this year.
No.
So some of these things that were one game back when we played, or even when we coached, are now 3 games. So that's a quarter of your season lost because you come off the sideline.
That's most of the league. If you do it during league.
So that's going to affect teams this year. So just word to the wise, so all the players out there, let's stay on the sidelines, man. I know you want to protect your teammates, but let's not let this affect our games that really matter.
Got to be smart.
But shout out to Palm Desert, they look great. They're right back in the contention for this DEL, and they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with that defense. That defense is gonna keep them around. So
that's that second place. It seems like there's some good competition for second place. Palm Springs a little out in front, but man, there's a lot of 1-on-1 teams now.
Yeah, everybody's 1-1 except for one team, so it's going to be interesting these last couple games. So, moving on, Coach Josh special, the Quinta 28, Xavier 14. Coach Josh was at this game. We dedicated the field to Coach Armstrong. I mean, it was a great celebration for the Blackhawks over there.
A lot of alumni in the house. Got to see a lot of CIF rings in the crowd. Saw a lot of people I haven't seen in years. It was a really special night, and it was nice. La Quinta also got the win that night. I always look forward to this game because Xavier defense is always really tough to go against. It's fun to try to fight against them. And Xavier on offense, they came out. They put together a really impressive drive. That first drive was I was like, oh wow. It was a long drive. Had a little bit of everything. Their running game, they were getting like 5-6 yards a pop. They threw a nice receiver screen, got about 20 yards. Peelan was able to get outside the pocket, extend the play, and find some open receivers. So you got to feel for, okay, wow, I see what this Xavier offense is supposed to look like. They go up 7-0. La Quinta gets the ball and they just go right back to their power running game. They moved the ball pretty well against Palm Springs the week before. They just had those turnovers, so it was nice. I think they wanted to kind of lean on that power running game a little early and lean on it. They did. They were getting 4 or 5 yards a pop every play, and Ansley did go back to drop back, but those DBs were all over. There was nothing open. You can tell the head coach at Xavier's an old DB because those guys were covered, and so Ansley decided to keep it and run, and he made some nice runs. Man, he's a big, strong kid. Broke some tackles, made a nice cut on the corner, and found the sideline. Scored a nice 30-40 yard touchdown run. So La Quinta did what they had to do. Once they got up, they just kind of, ran that clock out, and that was a wrap, So good job for La Quinta. I mean, I would have liked to see them pass a little better, but I get it. Xavier's tough. You know,
that secondary stuff.
It's very tough. So it'll be interesting to move on, see if they can get that passing game going a little bit more. So
yeah,
and I think Xavier will bounce back. I mean, you saw hints of that offense. They just got to find a way to be more consistent. That first drive was impressive, man. They just got to find a way to do more of that. So
yeah, good game plan by Doc.
Yeah,
coming in those first 10 plays,
I don't know if
scripted.
They were probably scripted, but it was nice
off of film and off of game plan. So
it was nice. So yeah.
So La Quinta also had some injuries, Coach Josh, at the running back position. So who kind of filled that gap? I know that was a question kind of going in.
Colton
right?
was running the rock a lot, but who's the new guy from India? Mora,
the Indio guy.
He did a good job, man. He's got a good feel for the power game, man. It just sometimes you just don't want to hit it. You got to kind of let things set up, and he did a good job of letting things develop and then hitting it when he had to. And I know he had that big fumble last week, but he really made up for it this week. He had some nice runs.
Yeah, so shout out to that ex-Raja, man. I love to see the Rajas doing well, man, even if it's in a Blackhawk uniform.
It was Mora, though. That's his name?
Yeah.
Shout out to Mora. Good job, man.
He did a good job filling in.
Yeah, Colton ran the ball hella good. I mean, I think he had 135 yards and also started middle backer, so he had a big night for the La Quinta. So
who stood out for you for Xavier? I know they had a couple scores there. That first drive looked pretty good.
I like the running back
Acosta.
Acosta's nice, but they have another one that comes in sometimes. He plays corner too for him.
Okay. He's like the speed guy.
Yeah, he runs hard, man, and of course, the quarterback made some nice throws. It's tough to see on a loss, but I do like that running back, Anderson Acosta, and both running backs I really like. So they just got to get a little better blocking up front so they can hit that thing and go. But that's it. I haven't rewatched it. I was just there watching it live and kind of watching the ball. I wasn't watching it like a coach where I was just watching position. So but that's probably who stood out to me.
Ansley kind of had a bounce back game.
Yeah, he took care of the ball.
He really played like the MVP candidate that he's been the first half of the season, right?
Yeah, if you're gonna beat La Quinta, you got to beat Ansley, man, and he's hard to beat when he's having a good game. Like I said, he dropped back to pass a couple times, and Xavier had everything kind of sewn up, and he tucked the ball to run, and he's a strong kid, man. It's hard to tackle. You see a lot of arm tackles bouncing off him. A couple linebackers couldn't get him down, and his corner come up, he'll buck them and keep running. And he did that time and time again. And it's a good 1-2 punch. You got a good running back, and then the quarterback can also pull it and run. And he's a tough kid, and they're hard to beat when he's playing good. So
yeah, when he's on, the Quinta's tough.
Mistake-free football.
Yeah. So I think he puts himself back in that MVP conversation along with Bishop Miller for the.
Yeah. I think he was just trying to do too much against that Palm Springs team. When you try to make plays that just aren't there, I mean, you're going to make some mistakes. And I think he learned from it, and it shows because he dropped back and he didn't see anything. He just goes, "All right, I'm taking off."
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's successful at it, so you don't want to reel him in too much, right?
He's
As a coach,
deceivingly fast. Yeah,
he's a good athlete, man.
Yeah, both those Ansley boys are. So
yeah. Well, shout out to the Quinta. They put themselves right back in contention. 1-1.
Yep.
Xavier's 1-1 as well.
1-1.
So I mean, the last 3 games, you're gonna kind of
Palm
decide
Desert's
it.
1-1.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see that little separation at the top, and then we're going to see who the next two teams are going to be. It's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, we got some big games still coming up.
Even this week. You're going to have some separation games. So on to the final DEL matchup of the week: Palm Springs 41, Shadow Hills 21. Kind of what we expected, right, Coach?
Yeah.
I mean, Palm Springs at home, coming off a pretty dominant performance against La Quinta. So reading up on this game, Palm Springs goes 21-0 to start. Koa has a couple of long runs in there and does his thing, gets in the end zone twice. And then the offense kind of goes dormant. I think they get up on people, and they kind of, as high school kids will do, kind of get a little, this is easy. I'm not going to
defense might have figured them out a little bit too.
And then Coach Palmer gets in there and does some adjustments. Yeah, I mean, Shadow Hill's got a great coaching staff. They kind of made some adjustments there in the second quarter. And Palm Springs doesn't score another offensive touchdown until the fourth quarter. So Shadow Hills came in and still battled. I know they're shorthanded.
Still fighting.
Shorthanded off of those suspensions, but hey, Coach Palmer had them ready to go. They put up a good fight. I know there was a couple. They had a couple interceptions. Bishop Miller threw a couple interceptions, and Shadow Hills fought their way back. Right. But Palm Springs just a little bit too much. They had a special teams touchdown and a defensive touchdown, kind of sealed the deal. But Shadow fought, man. Shorthanded, came over there on the road against a 7-0 team.
I think people are sleeping on Shadow a little bit. Man.
Yeah,
they're a good squad.
Shadow's still going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Good defense, good offense. They're kind of well balanced.
Yeah, they're pretty good on all sides of the ball. So, and we don't know what's going on with those suspensions. Hopefully, everybody's back this week.
That would be nice.
They're going to have a tough one coming up, but Shadow Hill's right there. I think with that offense, those weapons they got,
they score in bunches defensively. Watch out, Shadow Hills. Man.
Yeah, so Shadow Hills moves to 1-1. Palm Springs 2-0 in league. Palm Springs moves to 7-0 on the season. That's not bad. Not a bad start.
Hey. That's the way you write it up when you're the head coach, right? 7-0.
One story to look out for Palm Springs, though, is their all-world back, Jordan Johnson, did not play due to injury. So we need to keep an eye on that story because that guy.
I did hear he had a little injury there.
Yeah, that guy's a big clog, man. A very special running back. So hopefully he gets healthy.
He didn't play at all that game?
He did not play at all.
I didn't get to see it.
So they had some other guys fill in. I know the Tank Smith did a real good job filling in. Freshman coming in, play some running back. But that's a story to watch down the stretch. Hopefully, we're all praying that Jordan Johnson gets back as soon as possible.
They got Koa too. He can run.
Koa can run too, but Jordan Johnson, he's a special runner, man. Yeah. He's a special runner.
I think he's probably the best in the league at the moment.
I think safe to assume.
Yeah,
safe to assume.
With Madden being out, for sure. I mean,
yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that story. That's something that's developing, but Palm Springs still rolling. Bishop Miller still got him 7-0 despite an injury. So
good
shout
job
out to the Indians, man.
Yeah, keep it
telling you, man, they're putting everybody else on notice, which the top teams do.
Yeah,
they're supposed to do. So, moving on to another game for this past Friday night. Banning 42, 29 Palms 22. So 29 Palms Wildcats go on the road. A good Banning team. Offensive,
scoring a lot of points over there. What are they doing?
Kind of an offensive juggernaut. I mean, I haven't seen any film on Banning, but the last 2 games they scored 84 points.
I think that quarterback has the most yards too, passing wise.
Oh, really?
In the desert, yeah.
Okay, so hey, another kind of guy to look out for.
Double check that, but last I saw, I think he had like 2,000 yards passing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a pretty good start to a season, right?
That's a great start.
So that's the most in the whole valley, then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I know they're in the little lower league, but still, it's impressive.
Yeah,
you got to passing's hard. You got to have the right time. You got to catch it.
Yeah,
they're doing it.
And Banning played a pretty tough schedule too, so they didn't play no slouches in the preseason. So that's pretty impressive.
Quarterback must be good up there.
Yeah. So 29 Palms goes on the road and suffers a loss. They're going to be in league play next week. We'll kind of get to that in the next segment, and then a final score for this week: Desert Christian Academy 56, Desert Chapel 22. So my Conquerors moved to 7-0, man. Pretty convincingly. I think Desert Chapel did have their stud receiver back, Garcia, this this week, but it seemed like it didn't matter much.
They scored 27. I mean,
yeah, they put up some points, but Desert Christian put
27 should win you some games.
But Desert Christian put up almost 60.
I know.
So
You got to find a way.
Desert
Stop
Christian's
that.
rolling,
I
man.
know.
They got that running back, Cash Scott. He had a couple touchdowns. The Gallo brothers are out there.
Such a cool football name, Cash Scott.
Yeah, right. A best football name in the Valley, I would say. But yeah, Desert Christian has not really been tested yet in a while. They finally gave up some points though. So I mean, Desert Chapel did put some points on them, which other opponents have not done yet. So
they're going to be a force in playoffs, man.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see where that seeding goes and where they get put. Because if they get put in the right situation,
they can make a run.
I hoping they have a little closer game here, though, just to get a little bit more battle tested. You don't want to have that close game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You want to get a little uncomfortable in a game where your kids are not just coasting. Mm-hmm. So. But we'll see. Maybe they're just that good, and they don't need to worry about it. Well, they might be. So, shout out to the Desert Christian
right
man.
Now, so
the Conquerors 7-0.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, well, a good way to start a season, man. 7-0. So that's going to do it for the weekly wrap up of Week 8. We're going to be back to preview Week 9 and also preview the DVL and Sunbelt League right after a message from our sponsors.
Got dirty carpets, tile, or furniture? Trust the Carpet and Tile Care Company, your family-run experts. We bring sparkle back to your home with top-notch cleaning services, reliable, affordable, and eco-friendly. Call us today. We can be reached at carpetcarrot.co. Phone number 760-773-5882.
Welcome back, everybody, to Desert Valley Blitz Week 8 wrap-up. We're going to start this wrap-up with our DVL and Sun Valley League previews because this week is in Week 9 we're going to start those league plays. So I'm going to like we did with DEL, I'm going to read off the Max Prep rankings or predictions for these leagues and have Coach Josh kind of react to them. So
I haven't saw him.
He didn't see him. he didn't cheat and look at them. So these are going to be fresh and raw for him. So for the DVL, the favorite to win the DVL is Yucca Valley Trojans.
I might have had a Coachella, but dang, Yucca, huh?
And it's not close, honestly. It's not close. They're pretty.
Yucca's a good squad, man. They've battle tested against some DEL teams this year. Coachella's gonna have their hands full with them, that's for sure.
Yeah, interesting game coming up. So, Yucca Valley Trojans number one in the predictor for the DVL. Number 2, I bet you can guess this one. Coachella Valley Arabs.
Yeah, because they got 2. They're always neck and neck.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah, they're number 2. The rankings are not that close though. They have Yucca as a substantial favorite against them.
I would have them a little closer, but
yeah, and these rankings are not always right as we've seen in the DEL, but they do use them for playoff seedings. So you got to take them seriously.
Something to keep an eye on for sure.
So Yucca Valley CV 1-2, and I think that's the way that league's gone for the past 10 years anyway, right? So it's not that hard to predict. Moving on to number 3 in that league, as you might have guessed, 29 Palms Wildcats predicted to finish 3rd in the league.
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean they've got a couple good wins, and they also have some couple wins here or a couple losses here lately.
They seem to be gelling at the right time too.
Yeah, they had a 3-game winning streak up until recently. So they're
came up against a good Banning team.
Yeah, they're trending in the right direction. They're 3-4 currently right now. So. Picked to finish 3rd, so I would say that seems about right.
About right, yeah.
And then the 4th spot, because DVL only has 4 teams now, is my Indio Rajas. They are picked to finish 4th, which is not surprising. They've had their ups and downs this year, and we're just trying to get the league to be competitive.
Yeah, I thought they were trending up there for a hot second.
Yeah, they've had some
step back.
Yeah, they've had some steps back in the last couple of weeks. I know they've been injured, but. Picked to finish 4th, so I don't think that one's not very surprising at all. I think DEL kind of surprised us a little bit more.
Yeah,
with the Quinta being rated higher than Palm Springs, but I think as it goes, that kind of works itself out, doesn't it? When they play the games, and these will work themselves out too. But Yucca Valley is the favorite going into
it's
into
interesting
league play.
to have them so much ahead of CV.
Yeah, so. And the rankings they're pretty substantially ahead. So we'll see though.
Hey, we're gonna.
But we'll know this week.
Yeah,
right. Coming up on Friday.
Yeah.
Coming up Friday, we will know. So moving on to the new Sun Valley League. The favorite in the Sun Valley League is the Banning Broncos. Picked to win the Sun Valley League. Yeah, I mean, 5-2.
Yeah, 5-2.
5-2. That's a pretty good record, man.
Quarterback has some nice stats.
Yeah, and
Must be doing something right.
I think that then they're getting some offensive weapons back from
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
try to find
hearing.
a game. I gotta watch them play.
So the Banning Broncos are picked to finish first in the Sun Valley League in the preseason, according to Max Preps. Number 2 in the Sun Valley. Your Desert Hot Springs Golden Eagles. Number 2, they're 3-4 on the season. They're picked to finish second in that league.
They got some good kids. They might be able to beat Banning, but Banning's putting up a lot of points.
That'll be an interesting game.
Yeah.
That'll be an offensive game, right? I mean,
a lot of points.
A lot of points because Banning puts up points. Desert Hot Springs puts up points. Be a real interesting one. Yeah.
Kids try to play harder during league.
Absolutely. You're playing for your life. So Desert Hot Springs picked to finish number 2. Number 3, Cat City Lions picked to finish third in that new league. They're at 3-4 currently right now.
I'm high on Cat City, man, in that league. I think they might be a force down there. They got a strong running game.
Yeah.
And if you get up by a couple touchdowns, you can easily run down the clock against some of those spread teams. So
yeah, trending in the right direction too.
I might have them 1 or 2, man, just from watching some football. But who am I? So
yeah, but they're trending in the right direction. They won 2 in a row. And the last one was pretty convincing.
Coaches are doing a good job there.
Yeah,
the kids are buying into the system. They're getting better and faster at playing it. So
yeah. Watch out for Cat City,
watch
man.
out, I'm saying.
I think they might be getting slept on. They might be the Shadow Hills of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Of that league, some not getting kind of slept
Good
on.
Coaching staff got their kids ready to go for league.
Yeah, so Cat City picked to finish third, and then finally in the Sun Valley League, 4th place predictor is Desert Mirage Rams, picked to finish 4th. Despite their 3-4 record, they're picked to finish 4th.
They're making improvements.
Yeah,
you can tell that they're coming along. It's just football's tough to win, and especially in the desert here. So
yeah, and they're coming off the Date Bowl, which was their final game before their bye. So they'll be ready to go.
Yeah,
the coaches out there will have them ready to go. That's going to be a real competitive league. I think. I don't think that anybody's just going to run away with it.
It's kind of interesting, huh? Those teams are all pretty evenly matched, a little bit different offenses. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, and that's what we like to see, a league that we don't know who's gonna win. All right,
we don't know.
That's the fun part of this, is that we don't know who's gonna win that league.
Yeah,
Banning
this
comes
is a computer algorithm. They don't know nothing.
Exactly,
they don't know.
And it's been proven with the DEL predictions, because the DEL predictions were all wrong.
They had La Quinta first.
They had La Quinta first, which turns out. It might have motivated Palm Springs just a little bit more.
A little bit.
Week.
They were pumped. They
were hot that week, so they came in hot. So that's going to do it for the league predictors this week. It'll be interesting to see when they actually hit the field this week, and I think these numbers may change. So it's real exciting. It's an exciting week. Another round of league opening up. We're going to be there the whole time. So we're going to get to the rest of the preview right after we're from one of our sponsors. Tired of payroll headaches? iPay Solutions is your local payroll and HR partner right here in the Coachella Valley. From direct deposits to compliance, we handle the details so you can focus on growing your business. iPay Solutions, local, reliable, and built for your success. Welcome back, everybody, to Desert Valley Blitz. Now we're going to move on to our Week 9 previews. Week 9. So we're getting deep into the schedule here.
Yeah.
First league games for DVL and Sun Valley League teams. So it's going to be quite an interesting week.
I think it's going to be pretty competitive.
Yeah, we've got some real good games on the schedule. So we're going to start with the Thursday night games. A big one on Thursday night, people. If you're around and like this kind of stuff, Thursday night would be a good game to go to. Is Palm Desert is going to Shadow Hills.
That's going to be a good game, man. I really don't know who's going to win. I think Shadow might pull it out, man. I know they got some guys missing, but they got a good balanced offense and defense, and offensively for Palm Desert, they've kind of been hit and miss a little bit. So it's going to be an interesting game, man. Very close game, if I'm going to guess. So.
Yeah, I think this is a coin toss game.
Yeah.
The defense for Palm Desert is going to give Shadow Hills a good look up front. They're really good.
But Shadow can throw the ball on anybody.
Shadow Hills still got some weapons, man. And that quarterback at Shadow, he's doing a real good job.
Offensive coordinators.
He's an underrated guy, and he's putting up some pretty big numbers. So that's gonna be a toss up game. I think.
Is he a junior?
He's a junior, so he'll be back. But both teams are 1-1 in league, so this is a big game. Your winner of this one is going to be in second place.
Yeah,
and right there for the playoffs. Remember, top 3 teams make it, so you got to get in that top 3. And this is going to be a big game to determine that
Huge
top
game.
3. So,
Yeah.
but it's at Shadow Hills. That'll be a bit of an advantage.
Yep.
Short week, so you only get 2 real practices to get ready. So it's not going to be a game plan type of game. This
Can't
is going
change
to be
much. Yeah.
This is going to be desire and execution, and who makes the least amount of mistakes.
Who wants it more?
Yeah. So Coach Palmer will have them ready. Coach Forti will have them ready. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a coin flip game.
As good as it gets in the DEL.
It's hard to make a prediction on this.
It really is.
Really, because both these teams are very capable of beating each other. So we'll see, man. This is why you follow high school sports, because it's very.
I'm interested in the game plan, and I know they're both very good coaches. So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So we're looking forward to that one. That'll show us a lot of who's gonna make the playoffs and who's not gonna.
Absolutely.
Make the playoffs. So moving on, another Thursday night game, DVL opener for 29 Palms and Indio. 29 Palms goes to Indio to open up DVL. So my Rajas get a tough home game. 29 Palms was trending in the right direction. I think they lost their last one, but they've kind of found an identity. Indio's still kind of trying to find themselves, trying to find it. So this is the one. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna turn the season around,
it's time.
Indio, this is the time to do it.
Yeah.
It's DVL time. You win 3 in a row, you're in the playoffs. Doesn't matter what happened before.
Yeah, you should have moved around some pieces enough by now to get a feel for what kind of team you're going to have.
Right. And Indio's coming off a bye week, so coaching staff will have something ready, some type of game plan ready for this.
The guys are healthy.
Palms played last week. So that may be a bit of an advantage for Indio to be healthy and game plan wise. They've had, a couple of weeks of film on 29. But, it comes down to execution. Who's gonna execute?
Yep.
And 29 Palms coming down the hill. I mean, Indio's going to have to play a pretty dang near perfect game to pull this one out, I think. So, I'm always going to be biased towards Indio, but 29 Palms, I think this is a game they can get. So to open up League 1-0, whoever wins this one is going to be 1-0 in League. Yeah. That's always a good way to start. So we'll be interested to check that one out. Moving on to our Friday games, man, the hits keep coming, man. DEL matchups. Part. Xavier Prep goes to Palm Springs. This is going to be another one. Xavier Prep's 1-1. Palm Springs 2-0 in DEL. Xavier Prep, this is one that they kind of got to get, right, Coach?
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of giving Palm Springs a lot of hype. Xavier's a very good football team, and obviously they struggled a little bit with the power running game from La Quinta, but I think La Quinta's better at running the football than Palm Springs. And
especially if Jordan Johnson is not available to play.
Yeah, Palm Springs is a little bit more balanced in their attack, and it's tough to get some passing yards against Xavier, man. They really do a good job, and so I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. So
yeah, and Doc will have Xavier ready.
It's winnable for Xavier. I mean, I'd still give the nod to Palm Springs, but it's still a close game.
Yeah, Palm Springs still undefeated.
Yeah,
and they still got that quarterback. I mean, that guy is a difference maker, man. So
hard to lose when you got him. So.
Yeah, if I'm gonna put my money on anybody, it's probably number 9.
It's gonna be interesting,
Palm
man.
Springs,
that Xavier DB, the secondary for Xavier's pretty good. So
yeah,
I'm real curious to see how they attack it. So I know they like the flats. They might find some success there, but downfield's gonna be a little tough. So we'll see.
Palm Springs is definitely the favorite.
Yeah,
but Xavier, I think
good squad still.
Yeah, they got the defense that can kind of maybe give Palm Springs slow them down at least. I don't think you're going to shut them down. But
and then offensively, if Xavier can get going, and just play like that first drive in La Quinta, I mean they look great. So try to find that success again, and it could be a great game.
And Palm Springs with the win would virtually guarantee a playoff spot. Yeah. So something to play for at Palm Springs.
Yeah,
so it'll be an interesting one though.
I think it'll be closer than people think. Palm Springs probably still win, but it's going to be a good game. That's why we play.
That's it, man. That's it. Another DEL matchup. La Quinta's going to Rancho Mirage. So La Quinta's 1-1. Rancho Mirage 0-2.
Yeah.
This is one that Rancho Mirage really has to win. If they don't get this one, it's almost you're almost up against the end of your season coming in 2 weeks. So this is desperation time for Rancho Mirage. La Quinta turned the corner, you think, last week, Coach?
Yeah.
What you saw?
Yeah, they mistake-free football, and didn't turn the ball over, and they were able to, get back to that running game that they're so good at doing, and they defensively they were flying around making tackles. It was a good game. Yeah, they turned the corner. They look like the La Quinta from the preseason. So
okay. What about health? Health-wise, are they getting some guys back? Still banged? How that injury
maybe they'll
report
get one
look?
or two back, hopefully. I think they had like 8 or 9 guys out. So and they're all different degrees of injuries. Major's still out. Simon Simonian's out. I don't know. He had a shoulder injury. He might. He's probably week to week too.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's always something to keep an eye on, especially this time of season. You know, everybody's kind of banged up at this point.
The good news is they found some guys to step up, and they seem to be doing some good job. They're still winning, so that's a bright spot.
Plug and play at La Quinta, right? I
yeah.
mean, you keep the system the same, you can just plug and play.
Got a couple different running backs that can rotate in now.
So La Quinta is definitely going to be the favorite in this one, just because Rancho Mirage is still going to be shorthanded.
Yeah,
they're all-world receiver and DB.
Yeah,
Johnson will not be playing, so
but don't count out Coach Matthews, man. He's gonna have those guys ready, and you're gonna have to earn that win. So.
And you got to go to Rancho. It's a tough place to play any year. You know, it's always tough to go over there.
And they play against each other every year, man. They got game plans. They probably got books this thick. You know, they know how to stop that La Quinta running game. So that if they can stop them, it's gonna be a tough game. But if you can't stop them, it's gonna be a long night for Rancho. So
okay. Moving on to the DVL, Coach, what is your game of the week for this week?
Well, it's got to be. I mean, it's been the game of the week last few years, right? Coachella, Yucca Valley.
Yeah.
2 potent offenses, good coaching staffs going at it. Kids, did Yucca have a bye week last week too?
Yeah, they both had bye weeks.
So
they're both coming in fresh,
healthy. That's game of the week, right?
I mean, it's basically the de facto DVL championship game, right?
Yeah, who wins this game usually wins DVL. So
yeah, and I don't think from what I've seen this year that may not change. So this is a big one.
I can tell you who's going to win, man. I'm telling you. I know we went through the algorithm earlier. They had Yucca Valley up by a bunch, but Coachella's good, man.
Yeah,
they're good.
That offense, don't sleep on that offense. And they're going to be healthy. I know that Coachella's kind of banged up early in the season, right?
They were. I'm sure they're healthy by now. Yeah, that's something to keep an eye on too. I mean,
I
think they lost some linemen earlier in the season.
But if they can play, they're going to play in this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's running out of time, man. Put those air casts on, tape them up. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, the one advantage Coachella has is they do got to go out to Thermal to play this game, so it's a bit of a trek for Yucca, but they go out there every 2 years. I don't think it'll be that big of a factor.
They'll be ready.
Yeah, Yucca's gonna put up some points. Coachella's gonna put up. You better get that.
Fun, man.
That scoreboard operator better get ready, man, because I think it's gonna be a 60 to 50 type of game. These guys have been known to put up major points in their games.
Those DBs on both squads are gonna have a lot of work. They got their hands full.
They're gonna have nightmares about.
They're gonna have to get through blocks. They're gonna have to make tackles. They're gonna have to cover.
Right.
So it's gonna be a fun time.
So game of the week, Yucca Valley at Coachella Valley. Yeah. We're looking to try and get out there and give you some coverage on that game. Fun. That's the one we want to go check out and see with our own eyes and bring the team out there. So looking to start DVL right, man. Yeah. DVL league play. Moving on, another league matchup, this time in the Sun Valley League. Cathedral City is going to Desert Mirage. They might not throw a pass in this game, right, Coach?
I hope they don't. I hope they just kind of agree, hey, you're not passing, let's go. It's 2 very strong running games going at it. Their approach is kind of similar on the line, but it's going to be fun to watch. Defense, I guess it's going to come down to whose defense can stop the run game. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is like a throwback game to the 20s when the forward pass was like illegal. You know, they might as well just go back to those rules.
It's probably going to be the fastest game in the history of California football.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably going to be like a 45-minute game because it's going to be a running clock because every play is a run. But
yeah,
it'll be interesting. It's a matchup of styles. You know, these teams are similar in style. It's just I think you're right. I think it's whoever's defense plays better than the other defense. So old league rivals. They're both coaches know each other very well.
They're going to have their teams ready to go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who kind of comes out on top of that one. So
another great matchup.
Another Valley matchup that we're all excited to see. So the SVL is gonna be another exciting league to watch. Another game in that this is another real interesting matchup. Banning is going to Desert Hot Springs to open up league. So Banning with that hot offense is gonna go up the hill here and go to Desert Hot Springs. That's another game. I mean, that's a game of the 2 favorites in the league at this point, right?
Yeah, pretty much. They both have really good offenses. I'd have probably at this point maybe give the nod to Banning just because they've been putting up so many points.
Yeah.
Still got to play the game.
Yeah,
so.
but don't count out those Golden Eagles, man.
I know.
They
I
got
love
an
the Golden
offense
Eagles.
too, man.
I know.
They put up points too. And just
They
when
do.
you think that the Golden Eagles they kind of reach their peak, they come back and surprise you, man. They come back and they come back and surprise you and beat somebody that you didn't think that they could beat. So Banning better be ready, man. They coming out here. Desert Hot Springs is usually a tough place to play.
Everybody's 0-0 in league. So.
Yeah, and it's a league opener. So the winner of this one probably gets the early title of like favorites to win. But there's a lot of football to be played. So that's a very interesting game. We'll be keeping an eye on. And then the last couple games here are Hamilton is coming to Desert Christian Academy. 7-0 Desert Christian Academy, and
I thought you were gonna say 7-0 Hamilton.
No, Hamilton.
What do we got here?
No, Hamilton's a smaller school up in Anza. They play every year, so Desert Christian knows them pretty well. I think this is, I think it's going to be another case of just Desert Christian just having too much offense.
Yeah,
they've been putting up monster numbers, and Hamilton's got to come down the hill there and play over there in Bermuda Dunes, which is turning out to be a pretty tough place to play this year.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Shout out to Coach Johnson. He's doing a great job over
Fantastic
there.
Job.
Yeah, I mean, Desert Christian is setting themselves up to make a run this year,
really.
man. Yeah, they're setting themselves to do something in the playoffs.
Almost starting to look towards playoffs already. Yeah,
don't do it yet, Coach. Don't do it yet, Coach.
Sorry.
That's when you get in
trouble.
trouble.
That part out.
Well, that's when you get in trouble, man. You start looking ahead, but they're setting themselves up nicely. Those guys are doing a great job over there. And then last game of the week, San Jacinto Valley is going to Desert Chapel. We kind of did some research on San Jacinto Valley. So San Jacinto did play DCA, and they had the similar score that Desert Chapel had with DCA.
So it could be a good game.
So it looks like these two teams are going to be pretty evenly matched. So it might be a good opportunity for Desert Chapel to get a second win, man. Yeah. To get another win get a win under the books. They got their stud receiver back.
That's what I heard.
That helps, man.
That helps a lot.
That helps when you got your studs back. So we're looking for Desert Chapel to get that second win this year. So that's it for this week, Coach. Pretty exciting week coming up.
Man, a lot of great games this week, and we're right in the thick of league. And this is why I like high school football. It's just so fun. You don't know what's going to happen, but the kids got to go out there and execute and play. And it's just fun.
It's fun. That's why we do this, because it's fun and it's fun to talk about. So if you guys found some value in that, you know the routine. Like, subscribe, and follow. And we'll see you next time on Desert Valley Blitz.